In a groundbreaking move, Purdue University has positioned itself at the forefront of semiconductor innovation by securing a massive $25 million contract, a deal that could reshape the future of technology education and research in the United States. But here's where it gets fascinating. This initial investment is projected to unlock nearly double its value in federal matching funds, bringing Purdue an estimated $49.5 million return. This bold financial play is part of a much larger billion-dollar public-private partnership aimed at advancing cutting-edge semiconductor technologies. And just when you think it can't get more exciting, Purdue trustees went even further, approving a preemptive $30 million purchase of state-of-the-art semiconductor manufacturing equipment. The 5-year agreement with the Semiconductor Manufacturing and Advanced Research with Twins USA Institute, SMART USA, places Purdue as the lead academic institution in this ambitious initiative. Ken Sandel, Associate Vice President for Sponsored Program Services, explained during a Friday meeting of the Board of Trustees that Purdue will spearhead efforts focused on digital twins, a revolutionary concept where virtual replicas of physical objects are created to enhance efficiency and optimization in processes like semiconductor production. The SMART USA Institute itself is a powerhouse consortium spanning over 30 states and boasting more than 150 partners from industry, academia, and national laboratories. It was established after securing a staggering $285 million grant from the U.S. Department of Commerce's CHIPS for America program, funneled through the Semiconductor Research Corporation, SRC. So why is Purdue's leadership role so critical? According to Sandel, Purdue's prominent position means it stands to reap significant rewards. For every dollar invested into the project, the university expects to see nearly $2 back in federal matching funds. To make this happen, Purdue plans to submit detailed proposals over the next 5 years for specific projects led either by individual members or the institute itself. Once these proposals gain approval from key entities such as the SRC, the National Institutes of Standards and Technology, NIST, and the Department of Commerce, Purdue will receive research awards tied directly to its $25 million commitment. Trevor Peters, a spokesperson for Purdue, elaborated on how collaboration amplifies the potential impact. Our proposals will include contributions from partners across industries, academia, and national labs, he said via email. These collaborators are also required to share costs, which opens up opportunities for Purdue to tap into additional federal and non-federal funding streams. In fact, when Purdue takes the lead on a research project, the total funding pool of $49.5 million could grow even larger based on contributions from industry partners and other cost-sharing commitments, along with corresponding federal matches. But wait, there's more! In addition to the $25 million contract, Purdue trustees unanimously approved another pivotal decision, the preemptive acquisition of up to $30 million worth of advanced semiconductor manufacturing equipment. Why act now? Peters explained that once federal matching funds materialize, Purdue will use them to acquire machinery necessary for building its digital twin infrastructure, expanding packaging capabilities, and enhancing computational power within the Birck Nanotechnology Center and Purdue's broader research computing facilities. Purdue President Meng Xiang didn't mince words when describing the competitive nature of landing this prestigious role. He revealed that Purdue beat out 2 other finalists in what he described as a very stiff competition, but declined to name the runners-up. With characteristic optimism, Xiang quipped, "Financially, I wish we could have deals like this every morning. You put in $1 and you're guaranteed at least 2 back." While the government contributes $285 million to the Smart USA Institute, private sector investments are projected to triple that amount, culminating in a monumental billion-dollar public-private research partnership. Mark Lundstrom, the Don and Carol Seifries Distinguished Professor of Electrical and Computer Engineering, emphasized the significance of this milestone. Thanks to the new contract, Purdue's Birck Nanotechnology Center will join an elite group. It will become one of only 2 facilities nationwide equipped with this level of capability and cutting-edge tools. This positions us incredibly well for future opportunities, Lundstrom noted enthusiastically. Not only within the scope of this program, but also beyond, creating intersections with other initiatives and expanding our influence. While the benefits seem clear, some might wonder, is this kind of large-scale investment sustainable in the long term? Could smaller institutions without Purdue's resources ever hope to compete in this high-stakes arena? These questions highlight both the promise and challenges of modern technological advancement. So, where do you stand on this issue? Do you think partnerships like these truly democratize innovation, or do they widen the gap between resource-rich universities and everyone else? Share your thoughts in the comments below.